with Rajmouli. I already did 10 years before film called Chhatrapati. And 6 years before he told me about, like, I'm going to do a very big film with you. 4 years before, 3.5 years before, he said, we're doing this script called Baahubali. And I'm so excited. And he told me, like, it'll take a lot of time. And this is once in a lifetime film. You can't get it again. And I'm lucky to be part of this film, and I want to do it. Thank you.
Rajmouli called and picked me for this film. And what you see right now is actually a shrunken down version of me. I was 25 kilos heavier than this. And yes, and that prep went on for about 6 or 8 months, even before we started the film. And yeah, so it was rigorous training, lots of martial arts and all of that. And a special credit to a man called Peter Haynes, who did the action of the film. He got a bunch of Vietnamese trainers for both of us, who were living with us for 3 months, didn't speak our language, but just used to whack us and get us up and running.
This is my second movie with Rajmouli sir, and as he said, when we saw, after, of course, working with him in a second movie is again a dream come true. And I didn't realize when I signed in for the movie, and I remember the first day when we went on set and stood there after listening to the script and listening to how big it was. Never realized how big it was till we stood on that set. We just were lost, in terms of, now what do we speak, what do we say? Everything was so big. And then he's always been there to guide us and take us through it. So it's been an amazing journey. And again, I'm someone who always believed in fairy tales and things which are larger than life. And today, I've just seen the trailer. So again, I feel it's a shock to see stories that you read of and what you see as kids and as you're growing up in theaters, to be a part of something like that. And I'm actually looking forward to watch myself.
Honestly, I couldn't even dream that I'm going to be working with Rajamouli sir. And when I came onto the film, they had already finished about 150 days of shooting. And when I went on, when I actually had gone to the set in RFC just to meet Rana and Sweetie, Anushka. So I just gone to say hello to my friends, and I met Shobhu sir there. And a few days later, I got signed on to Baahubali. For me, working with Rajamouli sir is a very special experience, not only because he's this amazing filmmaker who makes these big films and makes these amazing films, but the humble person he is and how easy he makes it for his actors to work with him. He actually makes the most difficult to shoot scenes and yet makes it so simple, and it looks like as if it's so approachable and so easy to do. And I've never been inspired by somebody. I didn't want to ever become like someone. I thought I was good enough like myself. But after seeing Rajamouli sir, I want to be like him. Not only in the department of how he, in his professional life, but in his personal life. The way he balances off his family with his work. For me, it's really, really inspiring, and a lesson that I have learned while working on Baahubali.
They shot with me more than nearly 300 days. After 250 days, I really got frustrated. Now I was like, Raj, I want to say, I didn't tell him, but I was like, Raj, now it's enough. We'll see, we'll watch the film. Whatever it's done, just show it.
Well, the first time he told me the story, and I knew I had to give a large part of time, and I was not the hero of the film also. But then one thing I knew was this is the largest thing in cinema that I'd ever be part of, and I didn't know if anyone will ever make a film like this again. So which is why every day was a pleasure.